So we often hear people say that one must apologize for something wrong that you have done or some misdeed. What is apology and how does it affect?
There are two views on apology. One is saying sorry and the other is feeling sorry. So when you say sorry, there are reasons why you say sorry. It looks good to the society, so there is an appearance of, oh, this man is humble enough to apologize. But saying sorry is a shallow, empty sorry, because what is an apology? It is a compensation or a penance for something which you did and you felt that it was improper. Okay. And therefore you felt the need to apologize. Now, whatever that was said or done improper according to you has a consequence. By merely saying sorry, did you reverse the consequence? That needs to be addressed, and which the apologizer rarely does. He's happy saying sorry and he absolves himself and he feels कि मेरा फर्ज मैंने निभाया.
Yes.
It's similar to saying thank you. Yeah? Thank you is merely saying in words but not giving thanks. Saying thanks and giving thanks are two different things. When you give thanks, you are compensating for the benefit that you have received in whatever form.
Yeah.
Similarly, in saying sorry and feeling sorry, these are two different things. You say sorry for the appearance, for the society, because it is the norm, it is a custom, and it looks good.
Yeah.
But it is empty. You will also hear people saying, मैंने sorry बोला ना.
Yes, that's
हाँ, तो मैंने sorry बोला ना मतलब क्या कि मेरी छुट्टी हो गई.
correct.
Actually, you are not feeling sorry. You are even making a claim कि मैंने sorry बोला ना.
Correct.
So apology is where you compensate for the wrong that according to you, you have done to somebody. That means apology. You have hurt somebody. What did you do to allay that hurt? When I say hurt, I'm not meaning physical hurt. I'm meaning emotional hurt. It could also be a physical hurt. So if you say push somebody and that somebody fell down and got an injury and you said sorry, is it enough to say sorry? What is the extent of the hurt? How have you compensated that hurt? Physical injury. Physical injury is visible, physical injury is measurable. What about emotional injury? Sometimes it is not even visible. Sometimes that hurt gets carried for a long period of time. You don't know the extent of damage you have caused. By merely saying sorry, how do you compensate for the damage that you have caused? So apology is a very deep subject from the social point of view. At the universal point of view, from the life's laws point of view, there is no such thing as apology. And the law of cause and effect, or the law of karma, is very clear that there is no need to be sorry. You will be reaping what you have planted. So if you have done a particular action, you are bound to get an equal and opposite reaction. That is the law of cause and effect. So where apology is not warranted. I did something, I am going to get something in return, I accept that.
So one must be prepared to accept.
Yeah, one must be prepared, and we are not prepared to accept that.
But even in our shastras, our ancient books, it is mentioned that repentance, penance, is good for overcoming something, some bad deeds or misdeeds you have done.
Yeah, now repentance and penance are different from apology. Repentance or penance is a compensation. I know I did something wrong and I am compensating it by doing an equivalent wrong to myself. That is penance. Today I'm going to fast. I'm going to trouble my body by not eating the food.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a compensation for something which I think I have done wrong in the universe. Repentance. I'm feeling bad about whatever I have said or done. Repentance. But It ends there. Repentance ends there at feeling bad about something said or done. There is no action followed up in repentance. When I do a penance, unknown to anybody, troubling myself, inconveniencing myself, as an act of compensation for whatever wrong I have done that to satisfy myself. But if I have done the wrong to somebody else, there is no compensation there. So all these things these words are used very loosely without understanding the genesis or the intention behind the apology, the repentance and the penance.
Now, in some religions we have seen that a person does a public service, okay, as a repentance, to compensate for what has been done. For instance, we have seen people sitting in a temple or outside a gurudwara, receiving the slippers, the shoes and polishing them when the devotee goes inside, So this sort of act is done to, for self-improvement.
That is for suppressing your ego or squashing your ego. Those kind of services you are doing, one of the aspect is to don't think yourself to be too big, even though you have big achievements, and therefore you will see some highly successful people doing that seva.
Seva, yes.
Yeah, as they call it, seva. That gathering shoes of the devotees or polishing them or keeping them neatly, handing them back to the person who owns it. So that is to humble yourself. That don't think you're too big. You're also an ordinary mortal and you are equal to every human being that is born on this earth. So that is one aspect to it. There is no sense of apology in it. Sometimes, as you say, in some religion, there is a community service that is to be done. Yes, that is a compensation for the crime that you committed. So you violated a traffic signal. Okay, so you do this community service.
Yeah.
Or you harmed a group of people. So then for a certain period of time, you do this free service. You don't get compensated for the service that you have rendered to the society. So which is known as community service, which is done, again, two objectives. One is to make you humble, and two is to make you compensate for the so-called wrong defined by the society, which you do as a service. So yes, these things happen. But then you are doing something, you're not merely saying things. Today people are happy just saying sorry.
So does apology benefit? Does it have any benefit to the person who is apologizing and the person to whom you are apologizing?
Yeah, if you're offering the apology with the sense of apology, with the feeling of apology, then yes, it benefits you. It gives you a feeling that at least I did something to reduce the hurt that I may have caused in the external environment.
Yeah.
Maybe a person, maybe the plant, maybe the dog. I might have stoned the dog.
Correct.
Yeah. So I caused hurt. So when I do something which allays my feeling of causing hurt to an individual, if I take the dog to a vet and give the appropriate treatment, it gives me a sense of satisfaction. Okay, I caused the hurt. I spent my time, effort, energy, money to allay that hurt. So then that apology makes sense.
So then why do people not want to apologize or hesitate to apologize?
Because I feel belittled. I feel that I am a lesser person when I apologize. I feel that I am demeaning myself in the eyes of the people in front of whom I am apologizing. That's why many people like to apologize privately. They will insult publicly but apologize
privately. Yeah.
Why? Because they feel belittled or demeaned in presence of so many witnesses who feel, "Arey, itna bada aadmi ho ke apologize kiya." So it is again the importance that you assign to yourself, the I factor, the ego factor, that prevents you from apologizing where it merits. Your apology is merited and yet you don't want to apologize, is simply because you feel a loss of face.
So should apology and forgiveness go together?
If you ask from the universe's point of view, there is no forgiveness in the universe. The universe only gives back to you what you give to the universe. So it is compensated by the universe in a perfect debit and credit accounting. So there is no need for apology as far as the universe is concerned. As far as civilized social behavior as understood by human beings today is concerned, it is warranted that you apologize for something that you do wrong. Otherwise, they will call you uncouth, uncivilized, indecent. All these adjectives will come into play. So up to you how you want to project yourself in the society, because there are two things in every expression. There is an appearance and there is a reality. So I want to appear good, I will say sorry. In reality, I don't feel sorry.
So once somebody apologizes, the other person should accept, forgive and forget. That makes it complete, closes the issue.
That is an ideal situation, and if everything was ideal, then the world would not be what it is today. And then it would be Ram Rajya.
But sometimes you also see that apology is not accepted.
Yeah, because the person doubts your sincerity in the apology.
The other person says, oh, it has not come from your heart.
Sure.
Dil se apology nahi kiya hai.
Sure.
It is only a, dekhawa more to show to the people. So
that is the feeling that you transmit. If you are sincere in your apology, if your feeling is genuine, it generally transmits. It goes across to the person that yes, your apology is coming from the heart. But when you say cursorily, sorry, people know that you are just saying sorry for the sake of saying sorry, and just because you want witnesses who hear you saying sorry, हाँ उसने sorry तो बोला था, दिल से sorry बोला क्या? बाद में आके वो हंसा है, मैं तो sorry बोल गया, खत्म. And then, as I said earlier, no, मैं sorry बोला ना. So you are also wanting to encash on my sorry बोला ना. That is not a genuine sorry then. It was an encashing.
So one must feel sorry and also change. Act and change, that it doesn't happen in the future.
The action doesn't happen.
Action doesn't happen.
Apologies are verbal and they are not compensatory. They are empty.
But at least for the particular relationship, there is a chance for improvement once the apology happens.
That too you will see in society where the relationship is genuine. There is no hesitation in apologizing. Because you genuinely feel that you have hurt somebody and you care for that person, and therefore you don't mind apologizing. And there are relationships where you feel that there is one-upmanship. So if I apologize, then I become lesser and that person becomes more. So it's better not to apologize. So you will see this one-upmanship happening in certain relationships. So all these cases happen. The whole factor here is about truthfulness. And you will notice that the world has veered away from truthfulness.
That's right, yeah.
And therefore even the apology is not truthful.